Mic check 1 2, it's the Y2K collector. Now, I'm making this video because GameStop has genuinely become a viable threat to mom and pop game shops. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because I want to say over the last 4 years, during the time that retro game collecting was at its peak, not many people considered GameStop the place to go for retro games. Even though we knew that GameStop had a small amount of retro video games in its inventory, no one was really considering GameStop because, one, the games that they had just weren't really appealing. They didn't have, in my opinion, the inventory that diehard retro gamers were looking for. And it was clear that retro games just wasn't something that they were focused on. But it looks like they caught on, and they caught on late. Now, granted, we're 4 years, or I would say maybe 2 to 3 years removed from the peak or the height of retro game collecting and hunting and everybody being focused on that. And yes, GameStop is behind the curve, but there's still, it's evident that here now today in 2024, they're focusing their attention on selling retro games and creating, making a conscious effort to get the product into the hands of the customers. And it's evident on 2 levels. One, it's evident on their website, because now more than ever before, when you go to their retro gaming section, you're seeing all types of games that you never really saw before as being available. Yes, you could see them on the website, but 9 times out of 10, they were not in stock. They weren't available, or you had to verify your address. It's only been in the last 6 to 9 months that a lot of the good retro stuff that you see on their website, you're actually able to add it to your cart and purchase it. The second sign that they're taking it very seriously is that when you go into most GameStops now, they're having these games in stock. Some stores even have like an entire section just dedicated to retro. And they know that collectors are starting to frequent their stores in search of some of these games. Additionally, there used to be like somewhat of a reluctancy to kind of let customers know about the retro inventory they had, but more and more, I'm seeing where GameStop employees are actually eager to show you and let you know what they have in stock, whether it means them opening up their drawers and actually physically showing you what they have, or being willing to create a printout for you to see what they have in their inventory. Lastly, GameStop, and this is kind of why I'm showing you what I'm showing you here, it seems that GameStop is also listening to the people who buy these games, because GameStop understands that for collectors, condition is a big deal, and completeness is a big deal. And more than ever before, am I seeing where GameStop is actually sending you games and providing games that are complete in box. Here's a stack of GameCube games that I've gotten this year from GameStop, all complete. Kirby's Air Ride, complete in box and in decent condition. Mario Party 6, complete in box, in great condition. Shadow the Hedgehog, complete in box, manual and everything, all of the inserts in decent condition, right? What else? Pikmin, again, complete in box, right? All the inserts, great condition. Sonic Riders, again, complete in box, great condition. And honestly, a lot of these games, like some of these games came online. Like Pikmin was an online pickup. Shadow was an online pickup. But then even in the stores, Kirby's Air Ride, Mario Party 6, and Sonic Riders, these were all in-store pickups. And then they also have some of their more exclusive titles, like Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. Granted, this wasn't a complete in box pickup, but you still got both discs, and at least you got the case in decent condition. Granted, it's a player's choice. Same thing with Zelda, the 2-game bonus disc, right? No manual, but you still get a case, at least in the original artwork. And this is more than what you would have gotten a long time ago. I think GameStop always had a stigma of giving you just the disc only, or you got an aftermarket case, or you got just something that wasn't really appealing to a collector. Additionally, the amount of high dollar exclusive titles that they're offering is just crazy. When you think about games like Def Jam, Fight for New York, I mean, who would have thought that that's something that you could order online from GameStop's website? Or you think about games like Kirby Superstar, right? This is a game that's a little bit exclusive, not super exclusive, but you wouldn't really think that to find it on a GameStop website. Or even Mega Man X2. Again, this is another game that you would never really think that you'd be able to purchase on GameStop's website, and it's authentic, but these games are actually available on their website. Or when you think about PlayStation 1 games like Lunar, right? Silver Star Story, or in fact, Lunar 2, right? The complete Lunar Eternal Blue Complete. When you start looking at some of these titles, you start to realize how much effort and energy GameStop is putting into making sure that they have a healthy stock of retro games, even when it goes back to the NES with games like Mega Man 5, or even games like Dracula's Curse, right? These are really, really good games. And let's not forget about the handhelds. You've got games like Street Fighter Alpha 3. You've also got The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages, and Oracle of Seasons. You know, all of these games and more are games that I think a lot of retro gamers really seek. They're games that they look for. And here's the truth. The truth is that a lot of these games would be more expensive at most mom and pop shops. A lot of these games would be 10 to 15% more if you had to go to, at least in my area. I don't know about your area. You can let me know down in the comments. But GameStop, even without any sales or promotions, they usually have their games listed either right under price charting prices or like 5 to 10% lower than what they're going for on eBay or on, you know, a lot of websites. Once you start factoring in the points you can use towards the final purchase price, once you start factoring in the $5 off per month, once you start factoring in promotions like the 4 under 20 for 40, the buy two get one, that's when you really start to rack in the savings, rack up the savings. You know, that's when you really start to really see the value come out from shopping at GameStop, because when you're able to buy 12 games and 3 of them are free, I mean, you average out those savings. Now you're getting 33 to 40% off, in some cases 50% off of what the market value would be for some of these games, or what you would have to pay at some of your local mom and pop shops. So in my opinion, if GameStop continues in this fashion, offering collectors top tier games in 7 to 8 out of 10 condition, it's going to put a lot of pressure on mom and pop shops to either lower their prices or boost up their inventory or figure out a way to compete, because GameStop is definitely getting into the retro game. So I'm interested to know your thoughts and what you think about this. Do you think that GameStop is a viable competitor in the retro game market or in the retro gaming space? Let me know your comments down below. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.